Look at me! Zero makeup. Zero. Normally when I start my videos, I'm at least wearing mascara. Well, you know, if this situation is what's on camera, it's because one of the products I'll be trying is a mascara. If you've stopped by because you've been dying to know how well or how poorly makeup products from Temu perform, then you're in the right place and keep on watching. Okay, so I am first going to get this on my face because, hello, this is a waterproof mascara from a brand called TEAYASON. No clue. It was a whopping $1.52. OMG. First, can we focus on how cute and adorable this packaging is? That is a little cat face with cat ears. It does have plastic around it, a trick. If you ever struggle to try to break it, just twist it and typically it will help get the plastic off. All right, it has what I would call a standard fluffy type brush, kind of not quite Christmas tree shaped, but nowhere near hourglass. You know I gotta do it. Oh. It smells like something I've smelled before, but don't ask me. Let me think on that. Not the typical mascara smell. Kind of like what your sponge in this kitchen sink smells like when it's wet and gets a little funky with a touch of like almond. I don't know. But I don't typically buy mascaras for their scent. So I'm just going to move past that and get this on my eyelashes. Alright, my eyelashes have already been curled. Now, to be fair, I find with just about every mascara, the first time you use it isn't as good as like the third and onward. Something about the mascara slightly, not drying out, but just not being that first time use. But let's see what this looks like. I must say that scent is quite powerful. Applying it on my eyelashes, I can still smell it. All right, there is one coat, and yes, I'm sloppy. That's also why I always, always apply my mascara first. Some people like do their eyeshadow first. No, because I'm always messy with my mascara, and that way I can just roll up a tissue, Kleenex, whatever you want to call it, and clean her up. Okay, so it's very light. It is only one coat. Let me get the other eye, come back and do a second coat, and let's see if it can build up. All right, one coat is on. Not very impressed, but most mascaras, the true lifting, lengthening, volumizing, etc., comes on the second coat. All right, there is two coats. I got some in my eye. That was not fun. Let me quickly do a one coat of a bottom lash. By the way, every time I dip in, I will pick up, it kind of glops on the tip. Not a problem. Some mascaras do that, but let me scrape that off. The next product I'll be trying is a BB cream. I actually have two shades. This here is from a brand called LAIKOU, and I have the shades 110 Ivory and 240 Natural. Okay, so here we have the 110 Ivory. That is practically white. Right next to it, I'm so fair, hopefully it picks up, this is the 240 Natural. I would definitely say 240 Natural is what matches my skin tone. Okay, so this next row is the Purito Cica BB cream. Here is shade 21 and 23. And then down here we have from Misha, again, shade 21 and 23. I mix 21 and 23 together. In the summer, I will add a little more 23. In the winter, I'll add a little more 21. So this one here, I did not pick up a concealer. Maybe I can use that to lighten under my eyes. I'm going to go in with shade 240 Natural. By the way, these did not come safety sealed. There was no foil or anything. Just going to apply it as I normally would a BB cream. Just splotting some on my face and then taking a beauty sponge. Sorry, I totally forgot. I need my little clippy clip. Just gonna take a damp sponge and pounce it into my skin. This one does not have a scent, which is good. I didn't put very much on. I think I'm gonna need more. First impression, it did a good job. That is a very good shade match for me. The 240, it is a standard neutral undertone. Typically BB creams are neutral to slightly cool toned. So far so good. I would say it is giving medium coverage. I can still see my hyperpigmentation. In real life, I don't know what's picking up on camera, but it's not, oh my God, it's not like light coverage. Let's see if it can be built up. Just gonna add a little bit to my cheeks and my nose. And let's see if this can build slightly to get a little fuller coverage. I would say it's building. It builds from the standpoint of it's not looking cakey, but I don't think it increased from medium to full coverage, if that makes sense. All right, I'm going to add a little bit of the ivory and a little bit of the natural together on my finger. Tap them together to kind of mix them. Put them under my eye. And then I'm going to use that triangle powder puff, whatever you want to call it. This guy here. I got a 3-pack for $1.07. And let's see if that works any better, different than my sponge. Keep in mind my sponge is damp and sponges absorb. And this is not a sponge. So let's see if I get slightly better coverage. This feels really soft under the eye. The triangle makes it perfect. All right, no creasing yet. Normally in my makeup routine, this is where I'd put on some contour bronzer. I don't know what I was thinking. I did not pick any up. So we're just gonna skip along to blush. I have a blusher stick from HANDAIYAN. I'm sure I'm butchering the name. This is what the product looks like. It was a whopping $1.79. And she looks very dark and bright. But I found with cream blushes, oh good Lord. This is, I don't know on camera if it'll be the same. You know T-Mobile's magenta? That's what this shade is. But let's see if it blends out. And yes, okay, so much better than when you stripe it on. Just gonna take a brush, swirl around the top here, and cross my fingers I don't end up looking like a clown. Is that even picking up on camera? It's very subtle in real life, but considering how shockingly bright that is and when I striped it on, I think using a brush gives you a very natural look. Let me add a little more and see if it's buildable. Yes. All right. I'm going to do the other side off camera and come back, and then we will test out the highlighter. Next, we have this product here from MOVO, the Natural Beauty Highlighter. This is giving me copycat / possibly dupe vibes to the Ofra X's and Glows highlighter palette. See what I mean? So let me do some swatches. So here they are on my fingertips, and this is what they look like on the back of my hand. All right, so here is the Ofra. The MOVO actually has 5 shades, and the Ofra palette, there are only 4. Let's see if I can get a good look there without my lights washing everything out. The 2 shades that were actually the closest don't look the closest in the pan. It's this pinky shade here and this shade here that isn't the dark pinky shade. On my hand, those are these 2 shades here and here. So I think I'm going to put Ofra on one side of my face and the Temu on the other, and let's see how they compare. I always use Ofra highlighters. I know they are spectacular, so I'll be very curious to see how well the Temu MOVO brand performs. So there is the highlighter from Ofra. Outer Space, I know. This is a 1 Ferro brush. I have a second and different Ferro brush to use for the MOVO so that there's no cross-contamination. And let's see how well she does. They are very, very similar. If you want to save yourself some money, this palette from Ofra, I believe, is $35. And this one here was a whopping $1.88. Now I'm going to take my sponge and just blend everything. I do this regardless whether it's Ofra or any other brand. That way you see you don't get quite that stripe. It's just kind of blended very nicely. All right, now for the exciting part. Let's use one of the eyeshadow palettes. This eyeshadow palette here is a dupe or copycat of the Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. So I'm just going to set this one aside and I'm going to do a separate video comparing those two. But for today, I'm going to use this palette, which looks like a dupe of something, but I can't put my finger on what that dupe is. So if you know, please leave me a comment. I'm going to start with this shade here, which is called Misty, and just put it into the crease as a transition shade. And let's see how well it blends. It's very subtle. I must say, I was expecting there to be a lot of kick up and dust, and there wasn't, which to me is saying that these pans are pressed pretty hard. It's a very subtle shadow look. Let me go into a deeper color before I start speculating. This is very nice. It's probably not picking up on camera. Now I'm going to go into this shade here, which is called Tease, and I'm going to darken the outer corner of my eye. And let's see. Yeah, there we go. There's some pigment. The first shade does have pigment. It's just a very soft shade and perfect for a transition shade. I'm going to take a clean brush and just blend. I'm going to take that same tease color and go on my bottom lash line. Now I'm very curious about these shades that have, it looks like a matte with some shimmers in them. So let me swatch those shades, and then below them I will swatch the shimmer shades. This is an 18 pan palette, so I'm not going to swatch every single matte or shade in the palette, but I'm very curious about the semi-shimmers and the shimmer shades. Alright, these are gorgeous. So the top 4 shades are the ones that I thought were matte with dots of shimmer. No, these are full on like foils. Very pigmented, very shimmery. Now, the 2 shades in the palette that I thought were shimmers are actually glitters. You can feel, it's very finely milled glitter, but it's still glitter. No glitter glue. Gorgeous. I would just fear that it may transfer down. I don't know. I'm not one to wear glitter, but they seemed lovely. I'm not happy with what I thought were more cool tone kind of browns. There's a lot of purple in them, so I'm just going to tone it down by going into this shade and this shade and just kind of blending up towards my brow bone so it's not quite so purpley stark. Purples tend to make me look like a zombie, and I don't work as an extra on The Walking Dead, so I'm just going to try to fix that as best I can, and then I'll get some of those shimmers on my face. Alright, I'm going in with this shade here, which is called Dream World. I'm going to try it with a brush first, and if it doesn't work out, I will use my finger, but let's just see what kind of, yeah. So, let's try my pinky. That's what it looks like on my pinky. Let's see. Oh yes, much better than with a brush, or dry brush I should say. On the lid, it's not as lovely as it was on the back of my hand. So let's try option number 3, which is back to the brush, but I'm going to take a setting spray and get it spritzed. Alright, that is smoothing it out better, but it's not bad, it's just not as thick or blingy as it was in the swatch. I want a little more depth, so I'm gonna go into this shade here, which seems to be the darkest shade, and it's not super dark, but it doesn't look purple, and just hit up, there we go, the lower outer corner and right here on the outer part of my eye, and see if that can't help a little. The palette doesn't have a super light shimmery shade for me to use on my brow bone and inner corner, so I'm going to go back to the highlighter and go into this shade here and put it on my brow bone and in the inner corner. Beautiful. Alright, almost done. Hang in there. So my eye looks always look 10,000 times better once I get eyeliner on and I touch up my mascara. So I got 2 different eyeliners. I got one for the waterline and a liquid eyeliner for the top of my lids. The gel eyeliner I picked up is from a brand called Davis, and it was 71 cents. Let's see how it does and if it will stay on the top waterline. Wouldn't that be fantastic if I could find my holy grail and it only retails for 71 cents. It's so sharp and new, it kind of tickles. I'm just going to take it and let's do a swatch. Let's kind of make it dull a little bit. Not dull, but you know what I mean. She is very black. I hope it's the type that doesn't, you know, as you blink and your eyes get a little watery, that it doesn't end up, you know, in the corners and smudging. Alright, let's blink a little. I've seen worse as far as transferring down. Now, to be fair, is it the darkest on my upper waterline? No. But, yeah, it's... If you're not scared, I will do a close-up. It's slightly there. Trust me, I've had way worse. This is on par, where you just subtly see a little bit. Let me see if it's the type where if I clean it away, it stays away, or if it keeps transferring down. The liquid liner I got is from a brand called YANQINA, and it's in cool black. It does come with plastic around it. Again, just twist and that will help it to pull right off. This was a $1.34. Does not have a roller ball. This is what the tip looks like. I'm fairly certain it's a felt tip, but it's a very fine felt tip. And she is very, very black. All right, let's see how well this product does. All right, not a good eyeliner. You touch once, you drag, you get product. I'm having to keep touching, keep going over, and every time you have to do that, you like mess up, it gets thicker. Okay, well, anytime you see me with super thick eyeliner, it's because I messed up. So we have some thick eyeliner today because this is new. It doesn't work very well, or just the learning curve, but there is one eye. And then let's see if we can match the craziness. All right, I've already formed my opinions on this liner. It's only $1.34, but it's worth the extra money to get a better product. Time to see if this mascara can get any better. I'm going to curl my eyelashes again. They don't feel stiff or thick, which you may think is a good thing, but when it comes to waterproof mascara, normally, you know, that's what makes the second curl hold a curl a little better, and I don't mind that feeling. They're soft, but they aren't like the waterproof mascaras I'm used to using. So let's see if a third coat will actually make my lashes look longer and thicker. Definitely not. Also, the scent of this mascara is super obnoxious. To the point where if this was like, oh my god, this is Tide and or better than my Holy Grail mascara, I would still pass even at the cheap price because of the scent. The eyeliner is transferring down to my lower lash line. So when something does that so bad, I just might as well go full on and just apply it so it's not like halfway there, which I think can look worse. I'll make it look intentional, like I intentionally put black on my waterline instead of it being halfway there. And now that my eyes are all watery, will it even stick? Here we go. So very heavy on the eyeliner today, much thicker than I normally do. And then the mascara isn't making my lashes super big to accommodate. All right, hang in there, almost done. All right, let's move along to the lip products. I got this lip contour kit, which only costs $1.79, and it came with a liquid lipstick and a lip liner. So let's take a look at the lip liner. Ooh, it's reminding me of one I have from a different brand that I got from the Dollar Tree. Just this is sharpened, super sharp. I know it's gonna tickle my lips, so I'm gonna. Oh yeah, it feels like you're taking a needle. So I'm just gonna dull it by rubbing it down on my hand. So there's the swatch right there. All right, I'm the worst at applying lip liner, but there you go. I'm gonna clean up under my lips slightly because I went a little off. All right, let's see about this liquid lipstick. Oh, interesting. It smells kind of floral, but a good floral. It sounds weird for a lip product to be floral, but okay. And that is the swatch right there. It's quite pretty. And I'm not a big fan of liquid lipsticks. So let's see. Oh, okay, good. It's the type that feels thinner. Not digging the shade. It's not jiving with the eye look, and it's a little on the warmer side. It is definitely a matte lipstick, so it's not super glidey, but that is where a lip glaze comes into play. Other than the eyeshadow palettes, this here is the most expensive makeup product at a whopping $2.24. Look how beautiful this packaging is. This here is a lip glaze from CAPPUVINI. I did try this on in the unboxing video. If you missed that, by the way, you can check it out in the eye above. This does have a very lovely sweet and fruity scent. And let me do a swatch. It is very opaque. It's right there. It's on par with the liquid lipstick with as far as opaqueness goes. Alright, let me get this stupid hair clip out of my hair and zhuzh up and give you my final thoughts. Here are my final thoughts in a first impression speed review format. Mascara, super cute packaging, pass. Smells horrible, does a horrible job. I don't even know if it's waterproof. Doesn't matter. Eyelashes look like crap. Stinks to high heaven. Eyeliner, no, pass. It transfers down. It's kind of smudging out. I look like day 2 after a shower and your eyeliner's coming out. You know, girls, you know what I'm talking about. Pass. Liquid eyeliner, no, pass. Too thick, doesn't glide, product doesn't come out evenly. Bye-bye. The blush stick. This was okay if you're making a Temu haul and you're like, I'm curious, spend the $1.88 or whatever I said it cost. I would get a slightly different shade. It is very, very magenta, not in a good way. I don't know. I would pass. The lip contour kit, I'm probably not the best one to give a review. They work fine. I just am not a fan of liquid lipsticks, particularly matte ones in general, period. And I don't really use lip liners. They seem to function okay. I'm not a fan of the color story, and I don't like how liquid lipstick feels kind of a little drying on my lips. So for that reason, I'm going to say, yeah, they're okay, particularly for whatever they cost, $1 something, $1.79 maybe. If you find a color that you enjoy, go ahead. This lip gloss, I would definitely say, if you're into lip gloss, pick it up, particularly if you find a shade you really enjoy. It is very opaque, very comfortable, and lasts a long time on your lips. This one, personally for me, I like a lighter lip shade, and this seemed to be the lightest shade. So take that into consideration, but if you like a darker, very opaque lip gloss, this one's good. The highlighter, I would say pick it up. It's really good. It's very dupe-ish to the Ofra. Where is it? Right here, and in the inner corner, and on my brow bones. Definitely worth $1.88. This 3-pack of these little triangular things, they feel really soft on the face. Does not seem to soak up product like a dampened sponge, and I enjoyed it. Definitely a good price at $3 for 71 cents. And you can actually get like a 10-pack, a 20-pack. It costs more, but if you like using these, Temu, that's a great place to pick them up. The BB creams, they worked out okay. Unless you are Casper the Ghost, I would skip this 110 Ivory and go straight for the 240 Natural. It is lighter than the other shades that I normally use. 21 in typical BB creams. It's lighter than that. I can wear it. I do prefer my other BB creams, but if you're already shopping on Temu and maybe you've never tried a BB cream, go ahead and give this one a try. I didn't see any mention of sunscreen, which is another good benefit of a BB cream. Most BB creams, or at least BB creams from Korea, have like 42 SPF or 50 SPF. There's no SPF in this. So definitely check out my other videos on BB creams for really good ones and affordable ones. But this isn't bad, so if you were curious, go ahead and pick it up. Last but not least, my thoughts on this eyeshadow palette. I thought it was great, particularly for $6.28. Is it a Natasha Denona palette? No. Have I received and tried worse palettes? Yes. And worse palettes that cost more than this? You bet. So if you've been eyeing it, were curious, wanted to gift it to a friend, your daughter, a niece, pick it up. Totally worth the $6 in my opinion. All right, now I want to hear your thoughts. Is this the best eye look I ever put together? No. A lot of it has to do with the mascara feeling, because when I go for this kind of eye look, I need and want my eyelashes to pop, and they ain't popping. But I'm curious, have you tried any of the makeup from Temu yet? If so, were any of the same as the ones I've tried, and did you agree with my assessment? Have you picked up or tried other products that you think I would love and enjoy? If so, let me know which ones those are. All right, I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so by now, I would love if you would subscribe. For those who have, thank you so much. Remember to click that bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. And if you could do me a huge favor, if you could click that thumbs up, it really does help with my channel to grow. All right, thanks everyone.